Oi, gente. Um soluço. Tudo bem? Oi, 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 oi. Como vocês estão? Como tá o domingo de vocês? Entediados? Gente, eu dormi muito do nada. Tipo, fui dar uma volta no parque à tarde. De repente, cheguei, comecei a assistir um filme, capotei. Dormi até as 8 da noite. Muito louco, né? Vocês estão me ouvindo bem? Eu tô bem. Tô bem também. Acabei de comer um miojo. Bem saudável, hábitos saudáveis, né? Dormi o dia todo. Esse é o meu tipo de domingo. Já tô aqui até com a minha canequinha. Devia ter feito um cappuccino. Na verdade, tô tomando guaraná. Salve pra todo mundo. Qual o tema da live? Meu, então, gente. Eu fiz uma votação bem rápida, agora há pouco lá no Insta, pra ver qual vídeo vocês queriam assistir de react. E tá, tipo, quase que 50%, sabe? Vocês estão votando muito. Tipo, tá muito pau a pau a votação. E aí eu decidi escolher um. O vídeo... Bom, daqui a pouco eu explico melhor quando todo mundo já tiver entrado na live. Um beijo, Pamela. Comprei o livro da Lady Killers. Ah, eu amo também. Tá aqui atrás de mim. Cadê? Tá aqui, ó, o meu. Eu amo. E o livro é lindo. Boa noite. Salve, Maria, tudo bem? A live vai ficar salva no canal provavelmente, por enquanto. Mas não vai ser sempre assim, tá, gente? Então aproveita enquanto vai estar salva no canal. Eu comprei um fone de gatinho, vocês estão vendo? Ele é lindo. Ó, agora que mais gente tá entrando, eu vou explicar pra vocês o que vai ser a live de hoje. Como eu tô sempre fazendo nas lives, eu vou explicar como que vai funcionar. Pra vocês não terem dúvidas e também pra quem chegar depois no canal saber como que funciona as lives aqui. Em primeiro lugar, eu preciso falar pra vocês que se vocês são sensíveis a certo tipo de conteúdo, inclusive já tá escrito aí na cara do vídeo, na live, principalmente na casa da Lizzie Borden, que a gente vai assistir, a gente vai reagir a esse vídeo hoje. Tem fotos brutais da cena do crime. Pra quem acompanha o canal há bastante tempo, vocês já devem ter visto o meu vídeo falando sobre a Lizzie Borden. Basicamente, eu acho que eles vão explicar a história no vídeo, mas basicamente a história da Lizzie Borden é um mistério sem solução até hoje, mas acreditam que a Lizzie, ela morava na casa com a família, ela tenha matado o pai e a tia com machadadas, então as cenas do crime são bem pesadas. E na casa, né, quando você vai visitar a casa, essa casa está disponível para você visitar e fazer as investigações, enfim, o que você quiser. E na casa tem as fotos reais do crime, e provavelmente eles vão mostrar nesse vídeo. Então, se vocês são sensíveis a esse tipo de conteúdo, eu já indico que vocês vão assistir outro vídeo e que vocês não continuem aqui, tá tudo bem. Em algum momento a gente vai se encontrar de novo. Então, se eles não contarem a história da Lizzie Borden durante esse vídeo, eu dou uma pausada e eu conto pra vocês saberem o contexto dessa história, desse react que a gente vai fazer hoje. Eu também não assisti, eu vou assistir pela primeira vez, e eu peguei um vídeo que tem bastante visualização no canal deles, porque eu imagino que deve ser um dos mais assustadores. Então eu escolhi, numa próxima vez a gente faz o do Queen Mary. E é isso, gente. Lembrando que os comentários normalmente chegam um pouquinho depois do que vocês mandam pra mim, então se eu não estiver respondendo na live é porque ainda não chegou, mas eu vou tentar ir acompanhando o chat e respondendo vocês. E é isso. Qualquer coisa vocês me pausam, eu acho que eu dei todos os recados. Que mais? Outra coisa muito importante que apareceu nas outras lives e que eu quero deixar claro é que se você é uma pessoa cética, que não acredita nesse tipo de coisa, nem assista o vídeo, nem fique acompanhando a live. Eu não gosto de gente que fica tentando descredibilizar o trabalho das pessoas do vídeo que a gente tá assistindo. Então, já deixo claro que esse canal que eu assisto, que eu gosto de assistir as investigações paranormais, eles não são nem, tipo, eles não são profissionais que vão lá fazer um negócio sério. É como se fosse eu indo fazer uma investigação, sabendo a história e usando os equipamentos de investigação paranormal. E eu acho mais divertido assim. Se vocês gostam de investigação mais sérias, vocês podem procurar os próprios canais e assistirem por conta, mas não é isso aqui. Então, não quero que vocês fiquem também falando mal do trabalho deles. Se vocês não gostarem, é só vocês saírem da live e tá tudo bem, tá bom? Então, vou dar play aqui. Quando eu der play, vocês me avisam aqui se vocês estão me ouvindo bem e se minha voz tá saindo na mesma altura do vídeo ou se eu preciso aumentar um pouquinho minha voz aqui pra eu saber, tá bom? E vamos lá, então. Ixi, tá alto no meu fone. Ó, outra coisa, tá? Eu deixei a legenda com tradução automática, tá? Pra português. Então, a legenda fica zoada. Ela fica bem zoada. Então, se vocês não estiverem entendendo alguma parte, vocês me avisam que eu traduzo pra vocês também. Porque, infelizmente, é em inglês. Aqui no Brasil, a gente não tem muita gente que faz investigação, então... Mas logo, logo vai ter eu, gente. Logo, logo eu vou fazer em português, tá bom? Bom, vamos pra casa da Lizzie Borden, então. Ah, só um detalhe, essa musiquinha que tá tocando, da Lizzie Borden, é uma musiquinha de criança que ficou muito famosa nos Estados Unidos por causa dessa história. E eu acho muito louco que eles usaram uma história de assassinato pra criar uma... É tipo o Homem do Saco que a gente tem aqui no Brasil. Gave her mother 40 whacks when she saw what she had done. Gave her father 41.
So allegedly, on August 4th, 1892.
Tá, gente, eles vão contar a história. Se acabar a história e vocês não entenderem, me avisem que eu falo, tá?
Lizzie Borden killed her stepmom with an axe.
We come into this world screaming, and most of us go out screaming.
The entire light disappeared, just like a giant, big object moved.
You're stronger than this thing is. It can't touch you unless you let it touch you.
What the fuck? All signs point to Lizzie as the murderer, but a lot of people don't talk about the maid, Maggie.
There is a spiritual war going on 24/7 between good and evil.
All of us, when we least expect it, are gonna die.
What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby.
Today we are here.
Gente, vocês lembram na última investigação que a gente reclamou da menina loira, que a gente não gostava dela porque ela parecia forçada? Eu não sabia que ela tava nesse vídeo, tá? Vamos ver se nesse ela vai parecer forçada também.
With Katrina, Stas, and our new friend
Pra quem não tava, inclusive, essa do meio, tá? Que a gente achava forçada.
Amanda,
Bueno.
who is actually a medium.
Hey you guys, my name is Amanda Ray, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a medium, which means that I can see and speak to people who have passed on. This has been something that I've been doing since before I was even really able to speak.
She can see and talk to dead people, which is fantastic because tonight we're staying overnight at the most famous U.S. unsolved murder mystery house.
Ó, eu vi que vocês falaram que vocês não entenderam a história, mas eles nem contaram, tá? Foi bem rapidinho. Eu acho que eles vão contar mais agora no começo do vídeo.
Lizzie Borden house.
Yeah!
We're about to go through the entire house and do a whole tour and everything like that. But in order to do this whole video justice, you guys got to realize how insane this story is.
Ó, é agora que eles vão contar a história, tá? Então agora eu falo pra vocês. Se vocês não entenderem, me parem que eu conto.
I think the best place to start would be Lizzie Borden's grave.
That's here?
A minute down the road.
All right, let's go.
Oh.
Gente, inclusive, meu sonho é conhecer o Sam and Colby, tá? Eu vou pros Estados Unidos esse ano, então enchem um saco deles no direct pra eu fazer uma gravação junto com eles.
Grove Cemetery.
Closed from dusk till dawn. All right, guys, we are in the graveyard right now. Totally forgot that it was super late already and that there's 1,000 graves in here. And there's cops coming. Great.
Yeah, we have to find the entire Borden family.
I think this is it right there. Yeah, she was buried next to her sister, and then there's AJ Borden, that's Andrew Borden and her parent. Alice was one of the sisters, and then there's Emma.
Gente,
and
a
that's
família
Lizzie's
da
right there.
Lizzie
We're about
tá
to go take a
nesse
tour of the Lizzie
cemitério.
Borden house, but before we do that, I'm just gonna give you the spark notes really quick. So basically there was a Christian girl named Lizzie Borden living in her house with her sister. She had a stepmom and her father, and all of the entire family did not get along whatsoever. However, the parents were super rich, so of course Lizzie was wondering where that inheritance would go to, who's gonna get the money pretty much.
She was very scared that the stepmom would actually end up getting that inheritance and all the property and everything like that. So she knew she had to do something about that. So allegedly, on August 4th, 1892, Lizzie Borden waited until her dad left the house, went upstairs, and killed her stepmom with an axe. Axed her 19 times in a very, very brutal murder, and then waited for her dad to get back and did the same thing to him.
The only other person at the house during the time of the murders was a maid named Bridget Sullivan, but they called her Margaret or Maggie. But for some reason in trial, she stuck up for Lizzie, and they ended up both getting off scot-free and living the rest of their lives, not having to go to jail whatsoever.
No consequences at all. This is still an unsolved mystery to this day, but there is a lot of evidence that shows why Lizzie Borden was in fact the person that killed her parents. And then what we're trying to figure out today is why would Maggie, the maid, lie on the stand and basically vouch for Lizzie in these murders?
And more importantly, how did the cops not realize that it was Lizzie when honestly there was a lot of evidence where they could figure it out?
For example, a couple days before this happened, Lizzie told her friend that something was about to happen to her father, and she attempted to buy cyanide at a store.
There's another fact where literally it's rumored that Lizzie's dad killed her pigeons with a hatchet in her basement. And what murder weapon did Lizzie choose to murder them? Quote unquote, a hatchet.
Basically, all signs point to Lizzie as the murderer, but a lot of people don't talk about the maid, Maggie. So hopefully we can talk to the dead, get some answers, and figure out why this place is so haunted. Amanda, do you think you...
Ó, gente, pra quem não conseguiu acompanhar a história, ela é bem antiga, tá? Aconteceu em 1892, mas basicamente a Lizzie morava nessa casa com o pai. Ele tinha, né, eu não sei exatamente o que tinha acontecido com a mãe, agora eu não lembro, mas elas tinham uma madrasta, ela e a irmã, e o pai dela, tipo, o pai dela era muito rico, né, e eles tinham medo dele deixar a herança toda pra madrasta e elas não ficarem com dinheiro. Então ela meio que teria decidido fazer alguma coisa com relação a isso. E aí, de repente, a madrasta foi encontrada no quarto com 19 machadadas, principalmente no rosto, que ficou completamente desfigurado. E o pai dela, depois que chegou em casa, também teve o mesmo destino. Ele foi encontrado no sofá com inúmeras machadadas também. E aí a polícia foi chamada na casa. A única pessoa que estava na casa na mesma hora que a Lizzie, quando os assassinatos aconteceram, foi a empregada. Ela disse não ter visto nada e de alguma forma a Lizzie não foi incriminada e a empregada também não. Mas tem alguns indícios que indicam que quem cometeu esse crime foi a Lizzie, como, por exemplo, ela já ter comprado veneno e ela já ter falado para algumas pessoas que o pai dela ia tomar um jeito. E o pai dela também tinha matado alguns pombos com um machado, alguns pombos da Lizzie. E aí ela usou esse mesmo machado, quer dizer, ela supostamente usou esse mesmo machado pra matar os dois. Então, basicamente, essa é a história da casa. E aí, por conta desses crimes horríveis, a casa se tornou assombrada.
Could, like, talk to these people?
Well, I mean, the whole reason that I'm here is because a lot of YouTubers use equipment like dowsing rods, things like that they say work. You guys took it one step further and found somebody who can actually communicate straight with the dead.
Oh,
so
God.
I'm super excited.
She came here on this trip without knowing anything. She specifically asked not to know the information. And when we first pulled up to do the intro, what did you see?
The woman came out to greet us. She called herself Margaret.
Oh!
And so I asked you guys, I was like, do you guys know anything about a Margaret? Like, is that connected to this house?
Yeah.
And you go, no. And then we're at dinner and we find out the maid, Bridget, went by Margaret or Maggie.
Maggie.
The maid, the one who took care of the house, she saw walk out of the house already. Like, again, blows my mind to actually see dead people, but that was the first thing she saw without knowing any information about this place. Did you feel anything next to Lizzie's grave?
Everywhere I go, like grocery stores, doctor's offices, everyone living has dead people with them. Your loved ones are following you around. They're always with you. Graveyards, they're not sitting here waiting for you to come and visit their grave. They're out with their family members.
Sim, alguém perguntou se essa loira é a mesma, é ela mesmo. Mas eu fiquei até impressionada deles não terem falado nada pra ela sobre o caso. E quando ela chegou, ela disse que uma Margaret foi falar com eles, tipo um espírito, né? Foi falar com eles chamado Margaret. Se apresentou e a empregada tinha o nome de Maggie, né? De Margaret. Então, bom, se ela não sabia da história, foi bem um chute que deu certo, né?
Margaret's through that window. She
Wait,
just walked
what?
that
This
way.
one?
This purple one right here.
She's just staring at you?
No, she just walked that way. That would be rude. Staring's rude. She was standing there like she was waiting for us to come in.
What do they look like?
They look like living people.
Was it like
Come
a
on
blurry
in.
sort of a thing, or it's like a
No,
script
it's like
so you
for
see?
a second I thought that she was a real person. Living people feel different than dead people do.
Yeah.
So when I looked at her, I was like, oh, that's Margaret.
All right, let's go in.
I think we're at the top floor too. Here we go.
Let's go.
Oh, a creepy door.
There's like knocking in the wall already.
I just heard that.
Already shit happens when you bring people like me here. It's like a lighthouse.
That's the room of one of the murders right there.
O quarto onde a madrasta foi morta.
This is Lizzie's room.
This is Lizzie's room?
This is Lizzie's room. Is this the maid's room?
That's where we're about to go right now, upstairs.
Somebody used to, like, rooms were switched.
So we're going up to the attic right now.
Which is apparently the most haunted place.
And also Maggie's room.
Whoa, I feel it in my head already.
Actually?
Yeah.
What are you feeling?
Pressure. There's a lot of regret in this room. That's the woman that I saw coming into the house that stepped outside.
That's Maggie,
Maggie.
who literally lied on the court stand to protect Lizzie, aka guilt.
I would like to keep going, but I can tell you Lizzie did not kill her parents.
Eita, ó, a médium que a gente desconfiava falou que a Lizzie não matou os pais.
Whoa, that is a big
that's crazy.
accusation. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Ó, primeiro o que eles fazem é olhar a casa, então eles vão olhar cada cômodo, provavelmente o cara vai explicar um pouco da história e depois eles fazem a investigação.
So this is the official tour?
This is the official tour.
Yeah, okay.
Before we start, Jack, can you give a little introduction who you are?
I'm Jack Sheridan. Been here this 4th of July will be 11 years. I need a volunteer.
Wanna do it?
Yeah.
Shaw.
Okay.
Shaw.
Act like you're making the bed and do a good job. Don't disappoint us. Abby was up here making this bed, and they did have a housekeeper, Bridget Sullivan. They called her Maggie. They didn't actually trust Maggie enough to let her up into the 2nd floor. You're supposed to be making the bed. See, you're disappointed.
I'm not getting
already.
paid enough to
Come on, Amanda, let's go.
Maggie isn't allowed in the 2nd floor, so this left bed making to the board and women. Whoever kills Abby is gonna come up that front flight of stairs. There's no defensive wounds on her body whatsoever, which would lead us to believe she probably recognized her killer. She took 18 to 20 blows to her head, so her killer was undoubtedly angry.
Do you know what object was used for the murder?
More than likely an axe. They never proved it to be the weapon used. Why don't you come down here, Mrs. Borden? That first blow would have entered the side of her head and it would have spun her around so she's facing the wall. Then she probably fell to her knees. That was
Ai, que
one
louca
blow,
de
so we'll have another
ficar no
17,
lugar.
18 to go. She goes down like Joe Frazier and lights out for her. She would be there for 60 to 90 minutes before Andrew returned and would die a similar fate.
Gente, o cara tem uma tatuagem do machado da
You lovely,
Lizzie.
thank you very much.
Yeah, woo!
You can see her head is just demolished there. We were talking about John Morse on the wall. It kind of looks like the love child of Will Ferrell and Abe Lincoln. Right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Abe Lincoln, that's what I thought.
He showed up here August 3rd and he spent the night before the murder.
Ah, é verdade, essa parte da história é bem importante também, porque um tio da Lizzie passou a noite antes do assassinato na casa, ele dormiu aí nesse quarto.
In this room.
E aí é por isso que a madrasta tava arrumando a cama, era a cama que ele tinha dormido.
He agreed to meet Andrew back here later in the day. On his way back, he took a trolley. On that brief trolley ride here, he did commit to memory the name of the 2 horses pulling the trolley and the name of all 6 passengers, because that's what you do when you get in the form of mass transit. You remember the name of 6 strangers and a couple horses, right? Does that make sense?
That's random.
He gets off the trolley in front of the house here, and he sees police everywhere, going in and out both the front and back door. You think he would have said, "My dear niece Lizzie, it happened, is she okay?" He doesn't. He just kind of comes up the side of the house here, goes to a pear tree, pulls a few pears down and begins eating them until the Fall River police approach him, ask him who he is, what he's doing here. However, There is about 90 minutes of this man's day that we just couldn't verify his whereabouts. Wasn't a big fan of Andrew. He felt his nieces should have been married off. They should have children. They should be enjoying electricity. Andrew wouldn't put electricity in the house. Andrew was a very wealthy man. In today's money, it'd be worth over $3 million. Lizzie's room was right through here.
Just to catch everybody up really quick, you said you saw a couple people before we even started filming this video. One was Maggie, Bridget Sullivan, but another
Maggie,
one.
Step forward. So I was in the shower this morning. There was a woman in the bathroom with me. Her name was Addie. I don't want to do any research, so I was asking you, who's Addie? Like, what does this mean for the case? It's Abby.
Abby.
You told me, and Abby was the stepmother. Here's the part where I don't understand. She told me that she ran. Also, before I ever came in the house and you guys came back, I was like, who's Margaret? Margaret said money wasn't worth it.
Money wasn't worth it.
Ai, eu tô até arrepiada. Ela disse que o espírito da Margaret diz que o dinheiro não vale a pena e, na teoria, a morte teria sido por conta do dinheiro e da herança, né, da Lizzie.
So she's guilty.
So now I'm wondering, because later you guys told me that she lied on the stand. I believe the uncle killed him.
John Morse.
John Morse.
De acordo com a médium, ela acha que o tio que matou os dois.
I also wrote down more this morning.
Before she knew anything.
She didn't know
at
any
all.
names.
And so far, John Morris, the uncle, was very suspicious. She doesn't believe that Lizzie killed her parents, and then also saying that Margaret feels super guilty, and that the money that she might have been paid off to
Wasn't
lie on the
worth
stand
it.
wasn't worth it.
I
You felt
believe-
regret as soon as you went upstairs.
That's literally, and I didn't know it was Margaret's room, Maggie's room.
Oh
So
my God.
that's like why I believe that I'm kind of on the right track, and especially with more coming through. Morse. Sorry, I'm gonna say more because that's what I heard the first time, so that's what stuck in my head. So if I say more, it's John Morse, the uncle.
John Morse is the killer.
No doubt. And okay, here's the other thing that I've been waiting to ask him. I told you to literally write down what in the other room. Butcher knife. More butcher knife. I just can't shake this butcher knife thing out of my head.
Lizzie's bedroom.
You were right. She literally called it that this was Lizzie's bedroom without knowing.
This was Emma's bedroom. It's more like they had one big room they shared. When they were younger, they were kind of flip-flop.
Like rooms were switched.
What's crazy is if the murderer was said to come up this staircase, you can literally see the dead body from the stairs. Like they could just look in and just already know that somebody was dead.
Meaning, anyone were to come up these stairs during the murder happening, they would have seen it.
Somebody's lying.
Somebody's lying.
This is the room where Lizzie was actually arrested. If you look up there on the wall, you see a picture of Lizzie's jury. They're all male. They're all Caucasian. Women weren't allowed to sit in juries then. Women were treated awfully, actually. I'm fairly certain if I were a woman in the 19th century that I would have killed every man I met.
I already want to do that. That's good.
Yeah. Can't blame you at all. I just hope I'm not one of them. But at any event, her jury, they sat for that photograph, framed it, and all 12 of them signed the back of it and gave it to her as a gift.
Eita, gente, que estranho, né? Esses jurados que tiraram uma foto e ainda deram de presente pra Lizzie. Como se fosse um presente pra ela não ser incriminada.
What?
Yeah, that really says a lot, doesn't it?
Why do you think they would have done that?
I don't know. I think it was Don't Forget Us, maybe.
We did you a favor
Like
type of thing?
ULS?
Yeah, there was some racial animosity in this trial. Lizzie was an English Protestant woman. 11 of her jurors were English Protestant. The police that arrested her were Irish Catholic. History of the Irish and the English is,
Brutal.
It was certainly an issue in the case. When you had a gathering, someone would sing, someone would play a piano. It was rather pleasant, but you can see the name of the song. You can't chop off your
Nossa, o nome das músicas tem tudo a ver com assassinato.
Papa in Massachusetts, and it's a real song.
No way.
And yeah, absolutely. Dining room is right through here. That is Abby's head. They
Ah, gente, olha isso. Como tem essas fotos. Virou uma massa o rosto dela.
removed her hair. They counted 18 to 20 blows. I mean, that's not a random act of violence.
No way.
Com certeza alguém que tinha muita raiva dela.
That's Andrew. I kind of focus on that with your eyes for a minute to really make sense of it, but you
Não tô entendendo essa foto, vocês estão? A foto do Andrew?
can see the coach. Let's go out there and we talk about Andrew.
Essas caveiras aí, os crânios, eu acho que não são os originais.
Death a little bit.
She's sitting
It's
right
here,
there.
right? Yeah. Yeah. You want to hold that axe up? Hold it right above her head.
Okay.
Now
Slowly.
with one hand, just bring it down. It's not real. Do it like you mean it. Yeah, there you go. But that's gonna pull blood, brain, bone, and it's gonna be a hot mess, right? You guys want to go up to the 3rd floor?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Dude, I don't know about you, but every single person sounds
Gente, obrigada pra quem tá mandando os valores aí na live. Um beijo pro Paulo Richard de Aripuanã, no Mato Grosso.
fishy as hell. Bridget Sullivan, Maggie is doing the windows while this all happens and the doors are magically locked. Lizzie apparently just couldn't hear anything, like couldn't hear any murders happening. It's like everybody has something, a part of this story that we've heard that just doesn't add up.
The uncle sounds suspicious. Definitely Bridget Sullivan would have known this would happen. No wonder it got acquitted because there's so many stories. Also, Bridget and Lizzie, obviously, from what he said, took a very, very long time to actually report this to the police.
And why did it take the cops so long to show up?
2 days for them to actually go in.
Que bizarro, né, gente? Eu acho que a empregada tinha alguma coisa a ver e os policiais demorarem 2 dias pra ir ver o que aconteceu.
And like investigate everything.
Does that mean the bodies were left here for that long?
I think they got the bodies like that day, but like they didn't do a whole investigation until the 6th.
It makes no sense to me, man.
We are in the attic, which looked nothing like this when the Bordens lived here.
E é muito bizarro que nesse caso o sótão é a parte mais assombrada da casa e nem é pelos espíritos que morreram ali dentro.
That was Bridget Sullivan's room. With that door closed, you can imagine how cold it got in the winters and how hot it got in the summers. I'm just gonna have a seat because I'm old and overweight.
During the trial, Maggie stood up for...
Yeah, she testified to Lizzie's innocence. 10 years later, she is discovered in the great state of Montana. She bought a ranch. She bought a ranch and filled it up with horses. This woman is an Irish immigrant, a housekeeper by trade who can't even read. Where did she get that money?
Bridget Sullivan, Maggie, was paid off. There was a lot of money involved with this Borden family, obviously. Biggest culprits right now are John Morse, Lizzie Borden, and or Bridget Sullivan, Maggie herself, because she felt so like regretful and was like lied and always changed her stories like on the stands and on the trials. Like everybody here is agreeing that she was probably paid off. It doesn't make any sense. And again, she was around the house like when these happened. Like, there's so many things that is like, she knew that they were gonna die that night.
So what is this, the kids' room, you said?
Call it the kids' room, yeah. People flee this house in the middle of the night, which actually happens a lot.
Nossa, ele diz que as pessoas saem correndo da casa no meio da noite. Eu faria isso, certeza.
No.
Have you ever heard any stories? Like, did they tell you?
From being touched, having blankets ripped off of them.
Oh my God.
This room and the room Abby was murdered in, that really seem to be the rooms that send people packing late at night.
That's great.
So is your room, Kat?
No, I'm not sleeping in this room.
This is where everybody seems to think those children are.
Gente, que susto! Esse barulho de risada de criança. Achei que era na minha casa. Ai, que horror.
Whether it's children jumping on a bed or pulling someone's blankets off or playing with toys in the middle of the night. You feel your bed moving at night. I mean...
That's great.
Yeah.
I don't want to be laying here and then feel like somebody
right.
brushed up.
You know what I mean?
They
That
were
would freak
people
me
at
out.
one point.
There's nothing wrong with being dead. All of us, when we least expect it, are gonna die. We come into this world screaming, and most of us go out screaming, right?
Yeah.
Death isn't easy.
Oh, okay.
That's a great way to put it.
crazy quote.
This is morbid.
On that happy note, should we continue our tour?
Do you think Abby went out screaming too?
Abby lost consciousness immediately. The
See,
room
that's
was
the bit-
destroyed.
Contradicted everything that was just said.
Okay, so Jack, our guy, just talked to us about this room, which is one of the most haunted and crazy rooms. A lot of people run out of this room screaming at night and can't stay the night because of this room. It's because the Bordens apparently had like cousins. All the kid cousins were
Ah, tá, bom. Os primos dos Borden ficavam nesse quarto, então. Provavelmente eram crianças.
murdered by the parents.
Mas eles foram mortos pelos pais.
This is one of the rooms that we have rented out and we get to stay in. And he literally said, like, yeah, it's the most crazy.
Ah, olha que engraçado, eu não sabia disso. Você aluga quais quartos você quer passar a noite, então não dá pra ter acesso na casa inteira, eu acho.
Why does all the Borden family like have murders in their like history?
Like so many Borden people. I thought it was just like the one thing. So many people have like murder in their...
Gente, o que eu falei pra vocês no começo da live, André que falou que é tudo fingimento. Eu já falei, se vocês não acreditam, se vocês não gostam, saiam da live, não precisa ficar falando essas coisas. Eles estão contando a história da casa, então nem tem investigação nenhuma. Tudo isso que aconteceu, que eles estão contando, aconteceu de verdade. Inclusive, eu já fiz vídeo sobre isso. Então, mais uma vez, se vocês forem ficar comentando essas coisas, saiam da live, por favor.
History. Guys, we're going to the basement.
Wait, what?
Fun with the demon? She just said have fun with the demon. A lot of guests do not actually get to come down here.
Tá,
And
agora
this
vamos
is
ver
where
o
the
porão.
murder weapon was stowed.
This is a
Ah, foi aí que eles encontraram um machado ensanguentado.
cistern. This is a lot like the cistern that that woman next door drowned her children in, right?
Oh.
If you look up there, you'll see that pipe with those gruesome stains coming out of it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
disgusting.
right. That's
Eita! Ah, tá, é água da chuva.
century rainwater. If you hold your camera up, right, and you take a picture with the flash on, sometimes people will see a face on the wall looking back at them.
Nose,
wait.
mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, dá pra ver um rosto com as manchas da parede. Vocês estão
Oh,
vendo?
it does.
Vocês estão vendo? Ah, eu tô vendo. Vocês estão vendo também na foto do celular dele?
I see that. It was not.
It surprises me
Lizzie.
that they would
Olha, alguém escreveu, não foi a Lizzie.
put the murder weapon in the house still. But the blade was found there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was found here.
That's what's so odd to me.
I think time was of an issue. Lizzie's best friend, Alice Russell, walks into the kitchen and she sees Emma standing in the kitchen.
Nossa, do nada apareceu uma mulher ali que não tava com eles. Eu falei, pronto, estamos vendo um espírito.
And she sees Lizzie go into the closet there. Lizzie pulls out a blue dress that has dark stains on it. She says, I am never wearing this again. And Emma says, yeah, just get rid of it. So she puts it in the stove and burns it. Alice sees this and her first reaction is pretty much OMG. She goes to the police and proceeds to throw Lizzie under the bus.
So dark
Snitches
stains,
get stitches, right?
Big blood stain
Yeah.
on her dad's
Lizzie's
dress.
obviously never talking to this witch again.
Where was the fire? Super importante. That was when I came into your guys' room at 1:30 to check out. I read you my notes and I said, where was the fire in the Lizzie Borden house? That's very important.
Fast forward to the trial. The woman who made the dress, she says that Lizzie was wearing the dress in question the day Andrew had the house painted
Ah, bom, deixa ele terminar de falar, daí eu explico.
dark green. After the trial, she did buy that seamstress a house. It was nice, right? And people just buy you a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure,
Not a
sure.
bribe at all.
Weird.
A lot of people feel really, really frightened here. And I did have one instance. I was up in Bridget Sullivan's room and I had a larger tour and I heard like laughter from like a little guy, you know, boy, girl, you couldn't tell, must have been age 5 or under. I ended my tour in this room, took a look at my crowd and went, okay, no youngsters in here. And so that was the only experience I had that I can't entirely rationalize.
And you guys have just like a real hatchet here for any specific reason, or?
We do. I brought that.
Yeah, just random.
I was just wondering. That's it.
Well, pick it back up.
O que eu ia falar sobre o vestido é que teve uma certa controvérsia no caso da Lizzie, porque qualquer pessoa que tivesse matado alguém com um machado, provavelmente o sangue ia espirrar por toda a roupa, né? E a Lizzie teve tempo de trocar de roupa, se limpar e colocar um outro vestido, e tipo, era aqueles vestidos antigos, né, de 1800 e pouco, que as mulheres normalmente precisavam de ajuda pra amarrar o vestido, ela não conseguiria colocar sozinha. Então isso, de acordo com as teorias, também indica que a empregada teve a ver com o assassinato, e naquela época os policiais nem deram muita relevância pro vestido dela tá cheio de sangue. Eles acharam que era porque ela tava menstruada, e tipo, não fazia sentido nenhum. Eles nem olharam as evidências pra ver o vestido, e por isso que algumas pessoas acreditam que teve um complô ali pra inocentar a Lizzie.
That's what I want everybody to do. I want you to pick it up and feel the weight of it.
Yeah.
And see how easy it would be, you know, to inflict that type of damage.
5-year-old could
I've
kill
heard
someone with it.
So many people tell me that women just aren't strong enough to inflict that kind of damage. I'm like,
You wanna try it?
when you pick it up, you can see just how easy it would be to just pulverize someone's skull with that.
Why do you think Maggie would have lied on the stand for Lizzie other than just the money? Or do you think that's
Is that
the
enough?
That's it.
Is that the main reason?
I mean, what's the number one motivating factor for murder in every first world nation dating back to the Roman Empire?
Money.
Money. Is she a Capricorn? I'm just kidding.
Cool. I think we're going to start this investigation then.
Bom, até aqui então, basicamente foi a história da casa. A gente viu todos os cômodos e eles vão começar a investigação. Lembrando que agora eles usam os equipamentos e a médium também tá aí pra, sei lá, né, de repente ver alguma coisa, falar alguma coisa. Então, de novo eu vou falar, quem não acredita, quem não gosta, por favor, tá convidado a sair da live. Vocês não precisam assistir se vocês não acreditam, muito menos pra deixar comentários sobre isso. Então vamos lá.
Yeah, appreciate it.
This whole house. No, he kind of smells.
Bom, eles estão fazendo no sótão, que é o lugar onde ficariam as crianças que morreram. Aí o que eles estão apontando dos orbes são aquelas pequenas bolinhas de luz que a câmera pega, que dizem que é um sinal de que tem espíritos ali. Pode ser só poeira também, mas as investigações dos orbes são bem importantes. Eu não consegui ver os orbes, não sei se vocês viram. Se vocês virem aí, me falem.
I'm just kidding. I was like, no,
Bem
I was
pequenininho.
looking at something.
What are you looking at? Are the kids over here?
There's one that sits behind the chest. That's the little boy. So the reason I wanted to come in here is because who doesn't prefer children to adults? They're just much kinder. They're much more pure souls. These kids, they've never known love. They've never known kindness. They've never had friends. I'm not going to talk to you guys. I'm going to talk to the kids directly. I want you guys to know that we're friends. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to bother you. We're just here to communicate with you. You have all of these toys in this room.
A cara de choque.
This is one of our own toys, so feel free to mess with it. I brought you in the doll from the other room, the bear that you wanted. We might walk around the room if I see you in a specific corner, like you guys are sitting in the chair over there. You don't have to come out from behind the chest until you feel that you want to. We're here with love and light. We hope that you feel the same thing.
Tá, vamos ver se a gente pega algum orbe na câmera. Ah, eu vi bem clarinho. Ah, o cabelo caiu, o meu também cai, né, gente?
Is he scared of anybody in the room?
You make him a little bit nervous.
I do.
Yeah, you
Is it
do.
because of my dashing good looks?
It's all your cats, dude.
I know that your mom didn't treat you the best, but I can see that you take good care of your sister. We're looking out for each other. We want to be here for each other. We want to be here with you. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, what
Eu não escutei nada.
was that?
Just little knocks. They often knock. They'll do little taps. I'm gonna put it back under because I know you're under there. Please don't freak out or be
Todas as vezes que eu assisto os vídeos dele de investigação e eles falam que teve algum barulho, eu nunca escuto nada. Não sei se é por causa da música de fundo que eles colocam.
scared. None of this is harmful. None of it's gonna hurt you. 1.4, 1.8. Bro, you can't go all the way back. My arms are not that long. He loves this teddy bear that I brought in. It keeps going up to like the 1 point something.
Esse aparelhinho, ele fica com um número, tipo 1 ponto alguma coisa, e vai crescendo ou descendo. Então, quando ele tá perto de alguma energia, ele tende a subir, só pra explicar pra vocês.
That's staying at 0.2. He's standing up behind it. You see it shoot up to 1.2 when I put it up.
Do you think he'll wants to play with the ball? Like if Colby knows it?
Colby's gonna roll the ball to you. Gently. Not so it goes under.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it gently. Ready? Here we go. Whoop! Yahoo!
Nossa, imagina a bola volta.
It went up to 0.7 when it passed through.
Wow.
Can you send it back?
Ai, gente!
Ball's moving. Ball's just moved.
Did you see that?
Ah, ele não pegou.
No?
It's still moving.
Can you try sending it back again?
Here, Eliza, I will move this.
Sam, you need to get the ball.
Okay, fuck, dude. I didn't know.
0.9, 1.5.
Wait, ask him to move it again. He likes you.
Okay.
Eliza, are you able to hit the
Tá, eles vão pedir pra mexer de novo.
ball back to our friend Colby?
You got it, Eliza.
Kind of like a game. He's all nervous. You guys are putting so much
Oh,
into
you
it.
did-
Eliza.
yeah.
You did so good.
Like this game.
All right, Eliza, send it back.
Não tá
Eliza,
querendo
can you send it
brincar.
back to me?
Are any of them like talking to you, or is it more like you're just asking questions?
No, he's nervous. I'm talking to him. He does sometimes. Like, he pointed to Kat when I was gonna pass it to Colby.
Doesn't like.
Can you send it back to me?
Eu ouvi um barulho de uma porta, vocês ouviram? Será que é a música?
To the 80s.
É, acho que é a música.
He's under the bed.
Ah, ela disse que a médium disse que ele tá embaixo da cama.
Eliza, 105, 123, 133,
Tá
120,
subindo o aparelhinho.
109, 138.
Ai, que saco de música de fundo.
I'm gonna bring it out and it's gonna calm down because he's not under there.
Wow, that's crazy.
Crazy. Oh my god.
What do you think about that, dude?
I have no
He's
idea
still
what
under
to
there. I
say.
can see. Alright, Eliza, we're gonna do it one more time just because people are skeptical and we know that you're there. So with my energy, like if this is what it's picking up on is me, I don't go above 26, 27. Hundreds. Bringing it back out. Nothing above the 20s with me. Well, Eliza, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for playing.
Gente, ela sabe o nome do fantasma.
I don't know if it was like a specific spot underneath this, like that was just like slightly scented. That definitely moved like a foot or two.
Right when I
Underneath
said, Eliza,
there.
can you send it back?
Yeah, boom.
That's when it went back.
Yep.
It stopped. Like, it was stopped for like 10 seconds.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's like it didn't go and then roll back. It stopped.
É, eu acho que é o
and
barulho
then
do
rolled
aparelho
the other
também.
direction.
Also, it went like that way. Like,
Yeah.
and
That
then
way.
back. So, like, it didn't go like this way, which is where I feel like it's slanted. I think
Yeah,
it went,
true.
Like, the opposite direction.
Agora eles vão tentar falar com o Andrew, que foi o cara que morreu, que foi morto na casa.
This is where his
Ai, aí ele foi encontrado nesse sofá, gente, com a cabeça...
head was beaten.
Yeah.
Let me take it away.
Oh my god!
That's sick. Oh my god.
Ah, lá, tá mexendo o aparelho.
It's going all the way up to 8.5. You can't see it on camera.
That's like right where he laid.
That's where his head was, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I sat there.
Oh, 90s?
Why would it be doing that?
Because he's moving away from me.
É, gente, era o barulho do aparelho mesmo.
Oh, he was.
That's why I'm following him.
What the fuck?
Holy shit! Wait, where's he going? Where's he trying to go?
Away from me.
Tá ficando mais forte.
Fuck?
Dude, what?
Why is he up there?
Because he hates me.
He
Doesn't
hates
like you? He hates that I can see him. Want to see it get worse?
It's
Yeah.
going down now that you've been up
Oh,
there.
don't worry.
Even worse!
My god.
Tá piorando muito quando ela chega perto.
Next to me?
Zero. It says zero.
Watch
No
this.
energy.
So is he here anymore though?
No, he's getting as far away from me as he possibly can.
Oh, it's way less.
Way
yeah.
less. Like
And one
30s.
last time.
It was 70 right there.
Why is he up there, though? Why doesn't he leave the room?
Because I don't think he can leave this room.
Oh.
Oh my god. We're not here to like prove anything or debunk anything. We're just like capturing our own experiences. So if
Yeah.
you guys have any opinions,
Or
please let us know.
explanations on why it would only do this.
Gente, eu já falei duas vezes nesse vídeo sobre as pessoas que estão deixando comentários no chat e eu vou silenciar todo mundo que eu ver, tá? Só pra avisar.
In certain places.
So
right
what's
now,
over
he's
here?
over here, behind you. So here, let me put it on you. Let me put it on you.
É, olha que engraçado, quando ela coloca nas pessoas vivas, o aparelhinho não sobe.
He's inside of
So that's your energy. His energy starts levitating. Just went up to 127.
If we don't know if the equipment really does anything, we just do this the old-fashioned way. Call out, see if we can communicate in any way.
Let's try it.
He's obviously here. Why not try to talk to him?
So this is exactly the spot where he got hacked by
E aí, teriam coragem de sentar no sofá onde ele foi encontrado morto?
who knows what, but
Someone in his family.
Mr. Andrew Borden, if there's absolutely anything you'd love to tell us, we just want to capture your message and show it to the world. So please, if there's anything you want to tell us, please go through Amanda and let us know.
Does anyone have their phone on them? Will you look up if there was... I know that none of them were killed by poison.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's a rumor where the parents thought that Lizzie tried to poison them.
So the first thing I wrote down was he knew them. And like now that I'm saying that out loud, I realize that them is a plural.
So it was a plan.
And then the second thing was poison. And he said something more before that, but I wasn't able to make out what came before poison.
It says, before the murders, the entire house had fallen ill. Spoiled mutton was the official cause, but Abby suspected that they had all been poisoned.
Olha só que bizarro, ela pegou que ele disse, o Andrew, né, que morreu na casa, teria dito alguma coisa sobre envenenamento. E realmente tinha a Lizzie comprou veneno e eles ficaram meio doentes por um tempo. E a Abby, que é a madrasta, suspeitava que eles tinham sido envenenados.
Can you give us some sort of sign if you were poisoned?
Oh, será que ele vai dar um sinal se eles forem envenenados?
Make some sort of noise?
I'm getting like so choked up in here.
Why?
I don't know. I'm getting like a really like lump in my throat. When I communicate with spirits, if I'm not able to hear them directly, sometimes they make me feel how they felt when they died, which is, to be honest, the worst part about what I do. I've come across a man who had metal go through his skull and I had the most splitting headache. But that's something that spirits do whether or not you can see and speak to them directly to let you know their story.
Mr. Borden, we know you took Lizzie's pigeons and killed them with a hatchet. What was that all about?
It's because they were vermin.
Vermes.
Vermin, wild animals that are harmful or that carry diseases like rodents, like pests.
Andrew, is there a reason that you stay here?
Ah, passou um orbe, eu vi. Vocês viram?
We're gonna leave you alone. So if there's any last thing.
Eu achei estranho, porque como eles levaram a médium, eu acho que eles não levaram, tipo, o Spirit Box e tal pra responder no radinho. Só ela mesmo.
Things you want to tell us, anything you want to tell the world, anything you want to get off your chest about the case and or about your life, now is your last and final chance, for us at least.
I feel like he doesn't like us very much.
Ela escreveu alguma coisa.
Just leave?
Saia.
Yeah.
Was that it? That was the
He
last
just
thing
said
he
leave.
said? He just wanted us to leave?
Said out. And like I kind of ignored it because I was like, he goes, leave.
Obviously you saw that we went upstairs, we explored and did a little seance thing with the kids upstairs, and then we tried to ask some questions to Mr. Andrew Borden here, but he told us to leave, get out. Kat kind of felt sick in here, so I think we're gonna move on and try to find Miss Margaret Maggie
Gente, uma das meninas estava passando mal, vocês viram?
herself, because I think she's the one that wants to reach out the most here because she feels the most regret.
She's in the dining room where the light just turned on.
The light just turned on?
The light just turned up.
Just turned on.
Maggie, we're coming in if you want to talk. Is she in here with us right now?
Yeah.
Can you see her?
No, right
Agora eles vão falar com a empregada.
now I can just feel her. Will you please come sit down in front of the ironing board with us? We'd love to have a conversation, sit down and talk to you. We know that you don't get to tell your story now, so if you want to share with us, now's your opportunity. Make it go up for yes and down for no. I'm hoping that you can get it above 5 for us, but we'll see what you're capable of. I think the question that everyone wants to know, so I'm heading with a hard one to begin, is did you have any involvement or knowledge in the death of Andrew and I always wanted to say Addie, even though I know it's not right.
Was it you that turned this light on in here? You make some sort of noise?
Ah, tá mexendo o aparelho.
Anything you want to tell us, or if you want to show yourself, please give us any sound or sign. Use this device. So show yourself.
Is there anybody in here that wants to talk to us?
Ninguém tá
Something else
respondendo.
in here right now.
Do you know what it is?
It's not a person.
What's that supposed to mean?
Is that a bad thing?
It's not a good thing. Every spirit in the house is scared the children.
Where'd this
Ai.
come from?
This came through like when we came in here. And now that's what I'm wondering, if it wasn't Margaret who turned on the light, it was something else that wanted us to come in and sit
down. The thing that makes me nervous about it is how all the other spirits are reacting to it. This is the first time the entire time we've been here this has stayed at 0.
Yeah, it's
Do you guys realize
É verdade, não mexeu, né? Desde em todos os cômodos que eles foram, o aparelho fez algum barulho.
that?
That's true.
Well, is there anything out there that wants to talk to
Don't.
us?
Don't ask. Everything in the house right now is done. Like,
Done?
except for this thing. We should stop.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, we're done.
Is it that bad?
Ai, essa foi a parte que a gente achava ela forçada, vocês lembram?
Pretty bad.
Like in this room bad or like just in for the night bad?
I think we should stop.
Ela desligou o aparelho até.
What's it saying? Can you tell us anything?
Like, I've talked to you guys about how there are things that come through who can physically touch us. This thing can physically touch us. Like, this is the shit that we don't mess with. This is the shit that you don't acknowledge. Don't talk to it. Don't act like it's there.
Can you describe what it looks like?
I'll describe tomorrow what it looks like, but we're not talking about it right now.
Ela ficou bem assustada pelo que ela tá vendo.
What'd you write down?
Tá, ela vai escrever como... Ah,
What the fuck? Oh my god. The camera battery.
That was fully charged.
gente, isso é uma coisa que acontece muito nas investigações. Tipo, as baterias dos aparelhos sempre acabam muito rápido, do nada.
It said forget God, you're on your own.
Oh my god, no, I have cross on.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
I have power over this thing, it has no power over us. Don't be scared. You're stronger than this thing is. It can't touch you unless you let it touch you.
I just got really lightheaded. That's good.
You need to leave.
Ai, com o que ela tá falando?
Out.
Acabou de falar pra ela não interagir com o que quer que tenha aí ela tá indo atrás falando pra ele sair.
Out.
You ran up to Abby's room?
That's where I ran. I didn't even think about this being Abby's room, but it left.
It's gone now?
It's gone. It's out.
Why would it just come up here and then leave?
So it was in the dining room and then it just ran up the stairs and then dipped out the windows? Or?
I chased it.
Oh.
That's what I mean when I say that you can't let these things fuck with you. We are the ones in power. Another question people ask me a lot is if I have physical reactions to when spirits come around.
Mm-hmm.
My heart rate normally sits around 50. Right now it's at 102.
102. Oh shit.
Gente, quem que tem a frequência cardíaca de 50 tem que ser muito calmo, né?
Really lightheaded.
Are you comfortable to describe it now that's gone?
I was standing in the corner, up in a corner. Do you remember how I was getting up into the corner?
I don't wanna
with,
be by
the
the
door? Its limbs are long, has no hands or fingers.
Ó. Não tem mãos nem dedos e os membros são longos.
It's just sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Its face is completely distorted, its neck is long, and it sits up in the corner of rooms.
Ai, que
or
horror.
down low where you can see it, kind of just up against the wall, and its head was tilted like this, watching all of us.
Holy shit. Like a almost Slender Man sort of creature.
Yeah.
That
I guess, yes,
Yeah.
someone not as tall.
Oh my
Said
God.
forget God. Said there's nothing, you're on your own. There's always a spiritual war going on. No matter what religion you believe, Buddhists, Muslims, Christians, Catholics, Jews. There is a spiritual war going on 24/7 between good and evil. Sometimes the evil kicks ass. Sometimes you gotta kick it back.
Are there any other spirits here now? I know they went away after that, but you
They
think-
haven't come back yet. I know they will because this is where they reside. This is their home. I know that thing doesn't stay here. I know it was here because of what we were doing and not that we invited anything in, but that's what I mean, where even if you're not doing a seance, even if you're not playing with Ouija boards, things can come in and affect you, and that's why you need someone who's able to tell the difference between good and bad.
Ai, vocês viram isso, gente? Eu acho muito importante falar, porque ela tá falando que isso que ela viu, essa coisa ruim que tava na casa, não é algo que mora lá, mas que apareceu pelo que eles estavam fazendo, de mexer com os espíritos. Então, mesmo que eles não estavam fazendo sessões espíritas ou, tipo jogando tabuleiro Ouija e tal, isso atraiu alguma coisa ruim. Por isso que é importante você saber sempre o que você tá fazendo.
That sounds exactly like our Queen Mary experience. They
I
want you to believe there's no God.
Like I said, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because God is like as powerful as like we are.
Touch that?
No, I had my hand here the entire time. Bruh.
That just went off.
That just went fuck off.
Did it die?
It
It
might have, but I wasn't.
Sure than not.
This camera is brand new. Should have a better battery life.
Yeah.
I've gone through 3 batteries.
You know one place we haven't explored yet? Lizzie Borden's house after she got free.
Maplecroft.
What if we go and explore that real quick, wait for the spirits to get back and comfortable now that the evil thing is gone, and then we come back and see if we can talk to Maggie one more time?
Most spirits don't want to come back to a bad time in their life. So Lizzie Borden, knowing that this house was basically a prison for her, obviously wouldn't be here. We haven't gotten in contact with her, and she lives right up the road.
Ah, interessante. Tipo, eles querem tentar entrar em contato com a Lizzie. Então eles vão pra casa dela, que ela se mudou dessa casa, né? Com o dinheiro do pai depois, pra uma outra casa. Então talvez ela esteja nesse lugar.
So weird how she lives so close to where she murdered her parents?
Yeah, why would you want to stay here?
Like 4-minute drive, and we're about to get up to her newest house. Like,
Eu também achei estranho que ela quis se mudar pra casa na mesma rua onde ela supostamente matou os pais. Eu moraria bem longe, se fosse o caso.
why would you want to live here?
She did murder them for money, you know what I mean? So how close
Yeah.
could they have been? Pretty much she got her goal and she got to move to the part of town that she wanted to live in.
If the entire town ostracized you and thought you were like a horrible person for it,
Why would you stay in
why would you want to stay?
And wouldn't you be kind of traumatized to know that you committed a murder right 1 mile away,
I
where
mean-
you're like living the rest of your life?
You're just a psycho.
Definitely looks a little bit nicer than the other estate. I'm honestly thinking that like John, Morse, and Lizzie didn't give a fuck, but Maggie was the only one that really felt bad for her.
Well, even when I walked into her room before I knew which room it was, I said she just has the most remorse, the most amount of guilt over anything. So clearly she had a conscience.
One thing that also makes you know that she regretted it is she tried to like peace out as far away as
Yeah.
possible. Everyone else stayed in this area. She legit got away with murder.
She did.
That's crazy.
I don't feel anything in this house.
Shows you that like there's like places that are literally
A médium não sente nada nessa casa.
like completely free of spirits.
Where is Lizzie? Did she pass on, you know?
Well, okay, this is what I would say. If you guys don't think Lizzie is here, it is 3 a.m. Holy shit, I
Nossa, chegaram exatamente às 3 da manhã.
did that perfectly. It's 3 a.m. on the dot. We gave some time for the spirits to come back to the house. What do you guys say we go back and do one more little seance in the basement? Because
Bom, como ela não sentiu nada nessa casa, eles vão voltar pra outra mesmo, eu acho.
we've talked about that, hyped it up. I think it'd be fun just to go down there. We don't have to stay it for long.
Isso tem um...
Did feel the creepiest.
Exactly.
It was the gnarliest room in the entire house.
I think it'd be awesome, and it'd be cool to see if we can finally talk to Maggie, because we were so close with her.
There's no way there'd be any
Tá, agora eles decidiram fazer as perguntas no porão. Por que não, né? Sempre isso.
electrical energy
Gente, tá acabando, tá? O vídeo. Eu vi que tem gente perguntando.
on a freaking.
Well, look at this.
Oh my god, yeah, just like right around here.
Olha só a diferença já. Quando eles estavam na sala, o aparelho nem tava apitando. Agora eles só chegaram e já tá apitando de novo.
Middle of where we're sitting.
Perfect.
All right, now we know.
I hate it here.
Why?
I just feel so
You said that too.
uncomfortable.
You said that too. What's down here that's so different?
Just like makes me feel uncomfortable.
I also hate it down here. I can
Yeah.
feel somebody standing behind me.
I know. I literally was
That's what
thinking
I was
that. I
about
was
to
just
say.
thinking that, and I
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
cannot. I hate it. It
Can you
freaks me
need to
out.
chillax?
It
When-
freaks me out, dude.
Just wanted to note that when you said something moved to behind you, this went half. It was at 30 and now it's at 18. This is where the alleged murderer hid the murder weapon, which we think is an axe head that was recently broken off.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard
A câmera não tá tremendo, tá?
You hear
Yeah.
it? Listen. It's creaking.
Tô ouvindo nada.
Out.
A menina tá sendo uma spirit box, falando o que os espíritos estão falando.
It stopped creaking.
Like it was like twisting or something?
that. It was moving.
These spirits down here that want to communicate with us. It's our last chance, or your last chance to talk to us. You can talk to us through our device right here, or make a noise, make yourself known in any way you can. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to scare you at all. We just want to know that you guys can talk to us. So give us a sign if you're here.
Não tô vendo mexer a câmera de novo.
I think I'm seeing something, but like the camera looks like it's moving back and forth. Maybe I'm just blind. Maggie, Lizzie, Andrew, they're not down here.
Yeah.
So what is?
Something negative.
Ah, eu ouvi alguma coisa. Vocês ouviram? Vou voltar.
But
Pera.
like,
Ouviram? Uma voz.
what was that?
It's a drop. A water drop.
Is there any other sign that you can give us? You want to talk to us? Who are you?
We're not welcome down here.
Yeah, my heart's starting to like pick up for no reason.
I'm getting heart
Have you?
palpitations. Yeah, same. I was like, ooh.
What? Everybody?
The blood of Jesus Christ covers us. We are holy. You are not welcome to come with us. You are not welcome to come near us. You cannot communicate with us anymore, ever again. You're not allowed to acknowledge us. You're not allowed to talk to us.
Luz no onde?
Do not come near us. Right. We gotta leave.
We have to leave?
Did it get darker in here, or am I?
That's what I thought.
Okay, I was gonna say it got
Oh
like.
wait, it did.
Yeah, it
É verdade, deu uma apagada na luz.
got really dark in
I
here.
think that turned off.
We should leave.
We have to.
Gente, acho muito engraçado. Toda vez que essa menina tá, ela fala, a gente tem que ir embora. Daí os dois ficam tipo, a gente quer ficar mais.
Here's the thing. I totally understand that what you guys do is your job, but you guys are messing something that's bigger than yourselves. If you want to do it for views, I respect that. For me, I live with this on a daily basis. You're not gonna get anything beneficial. It's not gonna give you that.
You know what it is?
Yes.
And it's here.
Yes.
It didn't leave when you told it to.
Ai!
Yo,
No.
there's a fucking. Did you? A fucking shadow just went. See.
Eu vou voltar. Eu assustei.
I live with this on a daily basis. You're not gonna get anything beneficial. It's not gonna give you that.
You know what it is?
Yes.
And it's here.
Yes.
It didn't leave when you told it to.
Yo,
No.
there's a fucking. Did you? A fucking shadow just went. See this like window right here? A fucking shadow just went like that. Boom.
Window.
You see that front to the other room over there, where we were standing and talking. Boom. It went.
Yeah.
Like right when you said that.
That no
Holy
wait.
shit.
That is where the creeks were. Stas was literally just talking about the face over there.
Yeah.
I want us to go see this right now.
Yeah, it was.
I was taken to that. I was like lost forward.
Is that where
Yeah.
you thought you saw it?
That's why I said we need to leave. Tell you I had physical reactions. We need to get the fuck out.
153.
Nossa, o coração dela tá 153.
Oh my fucking
Yeah,
god.
that's what I'm saying. My heart's beating really fast too.
I just got chills.
Ready to go now.
I see it too. Sam out.
Okay.
I don't know where my phone is.
Get out of here.
I-
Hold my phone down.
Fuck that. Yeah, no.
What did you see?
See how you can see the light from this room barely? From the red, I know like our light is on, but you can barely see like another light's on in there.
Yeah.
The entire light disappeared and went like just like a giant like big object moved across it and just completely blocked like
Because
this
I
plane.
literally I thought it looked like this, like light going back like behind you like this.
Yeah.
But there was something behind you too.
Before that happened, I still feel it now, but my heart's like racing, and that is a rare thing for me to like get. like
Yeah.
anxiety over something like this, but like I just started feeling nervous. As we stood up, she was just like, "It is over there too."
Oh fuck.
I told you guys like 30 seconds before. Hey, we're done. And then we wait 30 more seconds and shit hits the fan.
It's crazy that you
With us, I
see
guess.
it though.
I
That's cool.
É, realmente não dá pra negar que ela avisou, né?
rarely see anything. Like
Yeah.
when we do these adventures, it's like we usually just like hear stuff, or sometimes like, you know, we've had things fall over and stuff like that. But like actually seeing like a shadow person or figure, whew, that was crazy.
That's terrifying.
The fact that everyone's heart started racing
Literally.
At the same time
And
too.
then, like,
and then
her-
chills everywhere, and then her heart is like 160 beats per minute. You think it was the same thing here in this room, in the dining room, as it was downstairs, or different things?
It's different.
Meu, eu acho engraçado que as pessoas falam, nossa, vídeo muito fraco. Vocês acham que, tipo, se vocês forem numa casa assombrada, vai começar a pular a sombra da parede. Você vai falar, nossa, tem um espírito ali, tem um espírito ali. Gente, não é assim que funciona, pelo amor de Deus.
This one was harder.
E é por isso que eu gosto deles. Porque, tipo, quando tem uma coisa mínima, eles mostram no vídeo. Porque muitas vezes eles vão nos lugares e não acontece nada mesmo. Não é assim, tipo, você vai num lugar assombrado e obrigatoriamente você vai ver alguma coisa e você vai ouvir uma voz e um demônio vai aparecer. Não, tipo, se aparece coisa, eles mostram. Se não aparece, eles não mostram. A gente tá vendo a história da casa e é isso.
And as we close our eyes, that's when the lights decide.
I bet that's on the camera, like super creepily.
None of us were touching the camera.
Yeah.
Ouch. Oh my god.
Holy fucking shit. You heard that, right?
Yes.
That was not any of us.
Was that in the dining room?
Ow.
We just referenced that shit.
My heart is falling.
Do you see this? Like the green, if this was us, that like
Exatamente, daí aparece alguma coisa pesada, as pessoas falam que é montagem. Tipo, nunca é bom o suficiente o vídeo.
turned it on, it would have been a motion sensor right
We
here.
walked this way, it turned green, but then it turned green.
So it
Like
would have
earlier.
had to have been someone in
Something
there.
in there.
Something was in there.
Yeah.
She's in the dining room where the light just turned on.
The light just turned on?
The light just turned up.
Just turned on.
You have to be that far in for it to go off.
Ah, olha só, vocês lembram quando a luz acendeu sozinha? Tipo, a luz é com sensor, mas eles estão testando qual a distância que você tem que estar pra luz acender. E nenhum deles estava nesse cômodo quando a luz acendeu.
So that means there was 100% something in here.
in here walking around. back here.
100%. I was like shocked that green light thing.
That doesn't make any sense.
There's just no denying it.
Because like
flat
you would
out.
have had to, I was 3 feet in there
Yeah.
before it turned on. So I mean something would have had to been in there to turn on the
And
green light.
I walked past here
Tem uma mancha no tapete, né, nesse lugar.
and I was like, oh, it's dark. And then walked past there, it was like,
Light.
it turned on and you were
Yeah.
just like, oh.
I was like, I didn't go in there.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Alright guys, as you can see,
Nossa, eles realmente passaram a noite inteira, já tá de manhã.
the sun is rising. It's what, like 5 a.m. right now?
4:52 a.m. My little thing literally says sleep well because we're supposed to be sleeping.
Oh my
5 a.m.
god.
This is one of the latest investigations we've ever
That's
done.
what I'm saying. We're gonna try to still get some.
E aí, tipo, só pra mostrar pra vocês, gente, eles passaram literalmente a noite inteira nessa casa. E o que eles conseguiram gravar de coisas acontecendo no vídeo foi, tipo, 1 hora de vídeo que a gente tá assistindo aqui. Então não é o tempo todo que você tá numa casa assombrada que você vai ouvir 1 milhão de manifestações. Não, tipo...
Some sleep here, but
Às
just
vezes
wanted to show-
acontece, às vezes não.
The night.
We survived the night.
made
We
it.
stayed all night.
If we can sleep.
Yesterday, you kept bringing up that there was
Tá, conclusão do caso.
like a butcher's knife, but we couldn't figure out what it meant. And then we found out something today. What'd you find out?
It's literally been
Ó, ela tinha falado de uma faca de açougueiro quando eles estavam lá dentro, que aparentemente não tinha nada a ver com o caso.
driving me insane. Even today, I just haven't been able to get it out of my head, so I googled it. This is the first thing that pops up. Massachusetts author may crack Lizzie Borden murder case. And the most interesting note, Morse was also a butcher. Morse is the uncle who I was saying the entire time. I believes he's who killed him. And Little, who's the author, believes he used a meat cleaver to kill the Bordens.
Nossa, eu tô chocada. Lembra que ela falou no começo do vídeo que ela achava que quem tinha matado as pessoas na casa não tinha sido a Lizzie, mas sim o tio? Ele era um açougueiro e eles acreditam que ele tenha usado essa faca de açougueiro pra matar eles. O que faria muito sentido, porque se parece muito com o machado. Os ferimentos iam ser bem parecidos.
And again, before we even got to the place, you said that like Abby found you beforehand.
Yeah.
And said that it was Moore, or she said the word Moore.
I guess that they...
É verdade. E aí, quando ela viu o espírito da empregada, quando ela chegou na casa, o espírito, de acordo com ela, disse o sobrenome do tio. Como se a empregada estivesse querendo contar pra ela que quem foi o culpado pelos assassinatos tivesse sido o tio e não a Lizzie.
I really have no idea. The mystery surrounding this is so crazy.
Exactly. I mean, if there was only Lizzie, the maid, and John Morris around and they were all in on it together for the money, then obviously the story is going to be mixed up. But I think it was John Morris. Case closed.
Someone who speaks to the dead, it was John Morris, no doubt.
Wow.
Olha só, ela disse que ela tem certeza que foi o John.
Crazy.
O tio.
Guys, this is just...
Gente, pra quem não conhece esse caso, quer ouvir um pouquinho mais sobre a Lizzie Borden, tem um vídeo aqui no canal contando tanto o caso criminal quanto sobre as assombrações que tem na casa. Então pesquisem aí no YouTube, vocês vão achar meu vídeo falando sobre isso. Quem não entendeu e quiser entender um pouco mais, acho que quem não entendeu e for ver meu vídeo agora talvez faça um pouco mais de sentido. E quando eu tava fazendo o roteiro pro caso, eu dei uma desconfiada também do tio. Tinha algumas evidências que indicavam que pudesse ter sido ele o assassino. Então, assim, fica aí, um mistério sem solução até hoje. A maioria das pessoas acredita que foi a Lizzie, mas tem gente que acredita que foi o tio. Então, assim, quero saber de vocês. Comentem lá no vídeo depois que vocês vieram pela live, quem for assistir. E comentem quem vocês acham que foi o culpado de verdade por esse caso. Mas, bom, essa foi a live de hoje. A live de hoje não foi tão assustadora como aquela que a gente assistiu da Casa de Invocação do Mal. Aconteceram várias outras coisas no outro vídeo que a gente assistiu. Então, quem não viu, pode ir lá ver também. Eu vou tentar agora fazer mais lives pra vocês. Então, mandem lugares que vocês querem que a gente assista. O Sen Colby é o canal que eu tô mais assistindo agora. Eu adoro eles. Mas tem alguns outros que eu gosto também. E vocês podem mandar sugestões de canais. Vou ficar esperando, tá bom? Espero que vocês tenham gostado de mais uma live. Adorei estar aqui conversando com vocês e opinando junto com vocês sobre o caso. E é isso, gente. Boa noite, bom domingo. Boa semana, bom começo de semana pra vocês. E aguardem que logo, logo tem vídeo novo no canal, tá bom? Boa noite, gente. Até mais.